Hi guys, this is Stormouse03. Welcome back to my Evil Within 2 100% walkthrough. This is Chapter 4, and we are continuing steadily along. So, the first thing that we're gonna do at the beginning of this chapter is not pick up that shotgun shell because we're full. We're gonna go to the safe room. And there's going to be a couple of things that are available to you starting in this chapter. And this door right here,
was that door there before?
Sebastian will point out is new. And this is going to unlock a couple of mini-game things that you can do. And you're going to need to do a couple of these to grab 2 of the locker keys.
What the hell is this?
It's a chance to test your skills. Step right up and try your luck, detective.
This is insane.
You'd be insane to pass this up. Steady your hand and put your shooting skills to work. No need to worry about ammunition in here.
So we start off with this shooting gallery. And basically, you're just trying to get through this first one to get to the harder ones. You want to shoot all the zombies and not shoot Tatiana. And there we go. And so...
Perfect. You may very well be the best, detective.
Ho 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 ho. Okay, so you'll see that kind of the more points that you get, the more stuff that you'll get. So for that one, we got weapon parts and green gel. And what you're going to want to do, and now you can play all through all the levels of these things, but so we just did the easy one, and it'll tell you kind of what the rewards are. And so, you know, it's not like it's bad to play through each of these rankings, but what you're going to want to look for is the key. And so if you get 2,500 on this very hard version of the shooting gallery, you will get the key. And so I'm going to try to accomplish that for you right now. Basically, you're going to want to shoot things in the head, shoot as many things as possible. So sometimes you're going to shoot them and not get them in the head, but that's better than not shooting them at all. You're going to want to shoot the mouse when your chain is up pretty high, and use the time stop thing to be able to get some more headshots later on in the level. So that's kind of what we're going for, and let's see if I can accomplish that for you right here. Okay, so not amazing, but you don't have to be amazing. You don't have to hit everything. You just have to do well enough to get the key. So that's what we're going for. If you do a little bit better on this one, you can get the 10,000 green gel. And I might show you that a little bit later. It's just these mini games are not my favorite thing to do. So just know that you don't have to do the You know, you don't have to do the 4,000 on that one. I've done it before. It takes a little while and it's irritating, but you sort of get it down and it's fine. So the next thing that you need to do is try to get 70,000 on the chain kill minigame. And so this one I think is actually harder than the shooting range one because it's random, whereas the shooting range one you can just keep practicing and get better at. The chain kill one is a little bit more random. You just kind of need to shoot the areas of it so that you get a nice big area to get a bunch of points all at once, and to keep getting the hourglasses that stop the clock so that you can continue to have more time and more score. And so that's the basic idea of what we're going for. It might take a couple of tries because, like I said, it is a little bit random, and sometimes it takes a few tries to really get your groove with it. But I'm going to show that to you right now. All right.
Practice makes perfect.
So there you go. That should be more than enough to grab the 70K that you need for the key. And like I said, you can keep playing this mode all the way to 100,000. That's going to be pretty tricky, and you'll get 300 weapon parts for doing so. But you know, that's pretty sizable. That's pretty good gift, a pretty good reward for doing that. But it might take you a little while, and for me right now, I'm not super worried about getting all of that stuff. But just know that you can get the higher rewards for doing some more of those little side activities, but as long as you do the 2,500 points on the very hard version of the shooting range and the 70,000 points on the chain attack, you are golden as far as getting your 2 keys. And we can go actually and use those 2 keys before we move forward here in this chapter.
I see you're in need of my services again.
We're always in need of your services, Tatiana. Don't even worry about it. Your job security is very good, very stable. Okay, so that's some sniper bullets. That's pretty awesome. Like I mentioned before, I don't like to take the things if it's ammunition. I will take the stuff out of the lockers if it's weapon parts, green gel, upgrade materials, stuff like that. But I like to save some of the ammunition for later on when things are a little more scarce and that sort of thing. So we're gonna back out of here. And continue forward. You could upgrade too a little bit if you would like, but I'm kind of saving up. Actually, I have a fair amount of weapon parts here, so we might as well get to upgrading stuff. So we have our pistol here at level 2, and we have a fair amount of weapon parts available. You can go ahead and use another one of your high grade weapon upgrades or high grade weapon parts to unlock. Now you're playing with power, and so that's upgrading a weapon to level 3, and that's that. So go ahead and put a little bit more power on your pistol, since it's, you know, the regular weapon that we're going to be using. And now we're going to head on out of here and back over to the second safe house that we visited before. Because the way to the marrow is going to be through that second safe house. And so in terms of enemies and whatnot, there are going to be a few more. But you shouldn't have too hard of a time just running past most everything. We don't want to call attention to ourselves. Getting past this wailing lady. Is step number 1. And now we're just gonna book it. Chapter 4 will be refreshingly short in comparison to Chapter 3, which was a grand beast. But Chapter 3 is the longest chapter in the game, guys, so fear not. We won't be spending as much time as we did in Chapter 3 in any other chapter in the game. So we have now sometimes this happens. So this is kind of like a random little thing that happens once you have done a few of the memories. That lady comes after you. Now this. And yeah, basically you just run away from her until she leaves you alone. And this, we're just trying to get to the door. Just trying to get to the door without having to alert this woman. Because if she screams, she's going to wake up everything in this area. And keep you from running, and that's a pain in the butt. So you just get around her and back to the safe house, and you're good.
What's going on? Kidman, can you hear me?
Loud and clear. What have you got for me?
The good news is that I located O'Neill, and he was able to get me on the trail to find Lily.
That's great.
The bad news is that Union is literally falling apart around me, and it's mostly populated by corpses and monsters. Oh, and that psycho I told you about, the one with the powers he shouldn't have, he's got Lily. I'm getting ready to head into the Marrow, which you neglected to tell me about, to get to him.
I'm sorry we didn't have time for a briefing before sending you in, but we didn't think it would be this bad.
It's just as bad as Beacon in here. No, it's worse. My daughter wasn't stuck in Beacon.
Okay, calm down. Maybe I can help you out. Can you give me any information on this person?
Male, about 5'10", black hair. He fancies himself as some sort of artist.
That's not much to go on.
Tell me something I don't know. I'm on my way to City Hall. I'll call you later.
Okay, so we're gonna head into the Marrow.
Talking about. Let's try that password.
And there are a couple of collectibles down here and a pouch upgrade that we're going to be getting, but it's like I said, this one is way more linear and much shorter than Chapter 3, which is refreshing and lovely. So we get down here to the Marrow. There is also a sequence down here that's kind of tricky, but we will get there. So looting all the stuff and moving forward. It's another vending machine that you can use to grab some gel. And then when it shoots out that little smoke grenade, that's your cue that it is done. We're going to come through these doors right here, and we're going to get file number 15, which is an email on a computer down here. So here we go. Email Union Growth, and that's file number 15. We're going to come up here, and there should be some gunpowder, I believe, on this guy right here, which is always nice. The ability to create ammunition. Okay. And so you can, if you would like, you can use a shock bolt right here to kind of open this door, and that's just a way back to the entranceway, but it's not really necessary. I mean, it's just a hop, skip, and a jump through the vent and the doors in order to get there. So not particularly terrifying. Alright, so in this section, there are going to be some enemies. And I'm going to show you a couple of things that you can do to them. So we're going to want to try to clear some of these enemies out. If you get a shot on one of these guys and it takes their head, it's a good idea to just go ahead and try to get the second shot on them, and that'll kill them. If you've upgraded your pistol a couple of times like I have, that'll be good. There's a person right here. There we go. That's number 2. There's gonna be another person over here. You need to try to shoot them in the back like that in order for them to... Oh dear. Don't get caught up on the stairs though. That's not a very good idea. This person now has no clue where I am, which is great. Except, you know, it didn't give me the prompt, which was less great. Oh, evil within, how I love thee. Oh, really? You fart face. How dare you? Come on, man. I just want to kill you. I just want to kill you. That's all. So you can stealth them like this, you know, kind of kite them around until they decide that they can't see you, and then they're looking another way, and hopefully they won't, you know, insta-see you like they do with me, because I'm trying to move in on them too quickly, I guess. They don't like that. There we go. Finally got this dude. Go. So there is that one. And this lady in here. Which we just crit. Okay. I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take it. Okay. We're going to pick up this crossbow ammo pouch. It's going to be the first one of those that we find. which is excellent. Being able to hold more ammo is always a good thing. And that is about all the setup that we can do here. We've gotten the people dead. Oh, I pulled out these jars just because, you know, if you don't get a critical headshot where it, you know, smashes their head and they're one shot away from death, what you can do is you can toss one of these bottles in their face, and that will give you, it'll kind of stun them, and you'll be able to run up to them and follow up with an A prompt to be able to insta kill them. So you can definitely do that if you so choose. But what we're going to do here is we're going to start opening this door, which is going to make a bunch of things get up. That's why we went ahead and cleared out all of those enemies so that they aren't quite as much of a nuisance. And it's going to unlock some doors.
Please wait for system reboot of each annex. Stand by. Recreation area emergency lockdown.
Gonna wait for this X prompt to go away, because if you don't do that, then when you climb up this ladder, it will make you fall back down the ladder, which is pretty irritating, if I do say so myself. So now we have some guys running out at us, and we're gonna make sure that we shoot them as they're climbing up the ladder. And now, whenever you have to reload, it becomes a little bit trickier. And I'd recommend running and kind of kiting these guys over here. To kind of get them away from the ladder over here. Then climb back up the ladder.
Security annex emergency lockdown disengaged. Please wait while system reboots.
So they're going to be making their way around. We're going to be climbing back up. And now there is going to be a witch as well. So I believe we took care of her. You did die, didn't you? Okay.
I hope that's it.
Alright. And so that takes care of all of the enemies there.
System reboot complete. Emergency.
And now that everybody's dead, we can run around and pick up all the stuff that they dropped. So that's kind of the strategy for this room. You can... Really? Somebody's still crying? Okay. You can just run around, and if you do, you are still milling around, aren't you, buddy? Okay. That's fun. So, I don't know why he wasn't dead, but that's alright. You can just kind of run around, and if you do that, then the enemies will not go away, but you can go through the door once it opens. So it's kind of on a timer. It will open all of those doors in sequence. The witch is going to be the last one out. But you don't necessarily have to kill any of those enemies in order to get out. You just have to survive for the requisite amount of time. However, I'd recommend just go ahead and kill them. It's going to be easier on you. There's going to be less opportunity that you're going to get hurt randomly by some of the enemies that are released. And you're going to be able to run around and pick up ammunition and items to kind of replenish what you lost. So those are the two doors downstairs. And there's also in here. Nothing in that drawer. Sadness. I don't know why it made me open that again, but, you know, whatever. It's fine. So there we go. You know, we're down about 5 shotgun shells from what we started off with, and I would say that is a definite fair trade. That's not the way you need to go. This way. Through these doors. Because we are out 5 shells, but we gained a bunch of gel and weapon parts and gunpowder and all sorts of nice stuff. So now, this section. We're gonna come over here and pull this lever, and that's going to lower this nasty water in the sewer. Nasty sewer water. And then there are going to be a few enemies here. This is a funny section because there are going to be a few enemies that get up. There they are. And you can shoot them, but a fun thing that you can do is climb up this ladder. And unlike the other ladder, this ladder is like the ladder of safety, because they can't climb up this ladder. And it's funny. Funny, funny. And then eventually they'll bugger off. And you can get around behind them and stab them in the back. And not have to waste any ammunition. There is our achievement for killing 60 enemies. So if you are following this and are kind of on par with everything that we've killed, that should be about where you're at. Here comes this next zombie. Lost. You know, not zombie. And we're going to climb up the ladder of safety until they decide that they can't see us anymore. Look at that. Hilarious. But as mean as that last section was, this is a nice nice change. Because the last section, I mean, let's just say it went very well for me when I was recording it just now, but that section can be quite difficult if the enemies decide that they're gonna, you know, sometimes they don't fall down when the shotgun hits them. You know, it's a teensy bit inconsistent. And I think that kind of has to do with your target placement, you know, where you're shooting them, if the ladder is obscuring or blocking part of your shots. And just if the AI decides it's just gonna take that shotgun to the chin and not fall down. So we can come over here and pull this lever as well, just so that it kind of gives you a nice path back. It's really not any more to that. And then we're going to head into the first person section. And so in this part, you're going to put on the gas mask automatically that O'Neill gave you. And we're going to head through this door. And so you can't use your weapons, it says, because there's a bunch of gas. So there will be an enemy over here. And she's an eensy bit blind, because it seems like she should totally see you over here, but she doesn't, because she's an idiot. And so we're gonna punish her for her stupidity. And then I don't think there's anything else here. The only reason that I bother killing some of these enemies is because, you know, they'll drop gel and stuff. And so that stuff is useful on this playthrough. When you're on your classic mode playthrough, you're going to want to not bother with killing any of these people. There's what I'm looking for. So, I'm going to turn off our light here. There's going to be this whaley person right there. And we're going to go to the left here. There's going to be a body that falls down. Don't get scared by that. And there's going to be another statue right here that we're going to break, hopefully. Really? It's a little bit finicky, but okay. So that is locker key number 11 in hand. And then we're gonna move around here. So you kind of want to get behind this box right here, and you'll see she's gonna walk by. when she does so. We're going to move around behind her. Come over here. Grab that fuse and open this thing. It's the first two in the last one. I was thinking it was the last three, but never mind. And she moves pretty slowly, so you should be able to move back around behind this box before she gets back. And so I'm on the cover right now, just to be aware of that. It looks like she should see you from the angle, but she can't if you're stuck to the cover like I am. She's gonna get in your face a little bit, and then she's gonna shamble back toward where we were, and gonna take that opportunity to move around and get out of this first person section. It's funny, you now have the ability to do the entire game in first person, which, you know, is cool and all, but I don't know why you would want to do that, because this first person section, I was not super impressed with that particular sequence. Alrighty, so we're gonna get out of there. There's another syringe if you need that. There's some gunpowder, and there will be a computer over to your left, and that's going to be email expansion and data goals, and that should be file number 16. And now we're gonna head on up. You can go ahead and put your weapons back on. We're gonna go straight across right here. And there will be a resonance point right here for your next residual memory. It's gonna be number 8. Alright, so there we go, residual memory 8. And now the way to go is down through this vent. But we're going to go upstairs first. Because there's a couple of crates. Grab a few things. Weapon parts. Replenish the vast majority of our shotgun shells. There's harpoon bolt. And I believe that is everything from in this room. And now we're going to go and finish out this level. Oops. It's this vent. I always think it's the one around the corner, but it's not, because that one's blocked off. We have some fun sound effects. And look, we were just down there. I don't know why that was so incredible to me just then, but woohoo.
Here it
All right.
is. My way back into Union.
So we have reached the exit. Make sure we pick up everything. All of the stuff and things are mine. And we're going to go to Union City Hall. So just a couple more things to do before the next part. So here is the next coffee maker. So this is going to be coffee maker number 3 inside of our third safe house. And so you can replenish any health that you may have lost from the hectic sequence there with opening the door. It's going to be another red gel right here. An ability to go back to the safe house to upgrade and whatnot. And ladder out of here. And oh, that's not what I wanted to do. The moment when you're trying to turn on your light and realize that that's the same button to fall back down the ladder. Okay, so we're going to grab one last thing here. If you come outside and around the back behind here, you can grab the next locker key, number 12. And that is kind of the last thing that you can do while you are still in level 4, because moving forward any farther takes us into level 5, or chapter 5. So that is the end of chapter 4. And I'm going to make save, and I will see you guys in chapter 6. I hope that this was helpful to you. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.